Can you see me?
Good morning.
All right.
Yes, we can see you.
All right. And you can hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. Okay. So not the way we wanted to see each other, right? We definitely wanted to be practicing our yoga in our studios and that, but you're in my living room and you are wherever you are today. Does everyone have a block? I just need to know what people have. And if you don't worry about it. Do people have blocks?
Yes.
Yes. No? Okay.
No.
So some of us don't have a block. We're not going to use the block for anything like we usually do for challenges and stuff like that. So today we won't use the block. But if you have the block and you want to use it, go ahead, okay? So the other thing about the Zoom meetings here is that they're only 45 minutes and then they kick us out. So our class is going to be for approximately 45 minutes. We'll get through everything we can. And if we get kicked off, just make sure that you do your own Shavasana at the end, okay?
Sure.
All right. So if anyone else joins us, this is great. Come in if you're late, don't worry. It's just like my regular classes. Just come on in and start. I've set the channel so that you're able to just come on in and I don't have to let you in. So we always start our class by just setting the mood. So come on down to your mats wherever you are. Remember that you're practicing in a different space than you normally probably would. So just make sure that everything is clear around you and that if you reach out to one side or the other, if we reach up overhead, we're not going to knock anything around. Make sure you have room in front of you and around and behind so that we're safe. Because I'm not going to be able to see you, just make sure you take it at your own level and modify anything that you need to do. You're going to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. You're seated either cross-legged, a leg out. You can always sit with the leg in lotus, which is where I always feel very comfortable. As long as we've got our sit bones on our mats, we're good. Then let's do it again. Big shoulder roll up, back, and down. Hands down at the side, on your legs. And then we just close our eyes if we feel right. We start off with those nice deep breaths in through the nose. And out through the nose. Noticing how we feel this morning. Letting go of anything that isn't going to serve us during our practice this morning. Allowing ourselves just to become one with our breath as we breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose. Once we've managed to relax our shoulders a little bit, getting comfortable with our breath, we're going to take a big inhale and rise those hands up over our head. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down through heart center. Chin comes, touch the chest. We'll do that again. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale, come down. Do that one more time. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale the hands to heart center, placing your thumbs right against your chest. Roll the shoulders back and down, pressure on the palms. Take a big breath in. Exhale and twist to your right. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale a little bit more to your right. Inhale. Exhale, open your hands and reach behind the right side. Then inhale the hands all the way up. And exhale through heart center. We're going to do that on the other side. So roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale and twist a little to the side. Your neck in line. Inhale. Exhale a little bit more to the other side, keeping the spine nice and long. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, twist and reach behind you. Maybe you look at that hand. And then big inhale all the way up. And exhale, come down. We're going to reverse this one. So inhale the hands all the way up. Look up to the sky. Turn the hands out. Exhale, dive down, lean forward and reach behind you. Okay, we're going to do that again. So inhale, the hands come up, dive up into the sky. Exhale, lean forward and dive towards the floor. We're going to do that one more time. Big inhale, rise it on up. Exhale, lean forward and dive. Bring yourself all the way back up. And let's make our way onto our mats for all fours. Your fingertips are spread nice and wide. Your knees are underneath your hips and your toes are tucked. Once we've gotten that, we roll our shoulders back, we pull our bellies in, and we tuck our toes. From here, we're just going to do a cat-cow. So you're going to exhale completely all the way up, tuck the chin in, look at your belly button, and then inhale, drop the belly, look up. 2 more times, exhale, and inhale. Last time, exhale, really arch that back, press into the toes. Inhale, drop the belly, and then come into your flat back. We're going to allow our shoulders to pull back. We're looking down at our mats. We're going to exhale all the way into that cat. Bring your ribs towards your screen, then lower the belly down, bend at the elbows, almost like you want your chest to touch your mat. Then scoop your side away from me, and then all the way back up into the cat. So let's try that again. Let's go over to the front, bend at the elbows, drop the chest, lift out to the side, and all the way back up. This is a giant shoulder, side, and core movement. Let's add in our breath. We are going to inhale and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, really starting to get into the shoulders, using your hands to push your body weight up, using your sides to push the walls away, and come back up into neutral. Let's reset ourselves, shoulders back and down, toes are tucked. We've got our flat back. We're going to, this time, arch all the way up, and we're going to take it away from the screen. So go all the way to the side. Exhale, see if we can get a little bit lower in that rotation down to the mat and bring it up. So we're going to exhale down, inhale up. You've got 2 more. Exhale down, inhale up. Last time, bending those elbows, bringing the chest down, and we're back up. The shoulders are starting to get nice and warm. We're going to have our knees underneath our hips, and now we're going to warm up the legs and the lower back. So suck the belly up, kick your front leg all the way back so that it's in line with the hip, okay? Roll the shoulders back because they always want to come forward. I know we're in a society that likes to bring our shoulders up and around our ears. So pull them back whenever you get a chance. We're looking down at the bottom of our mat. And then all we're going to do is take the foot out to the side. Okay, so just pull it out to the side. Toes are pointed down. Lift it up if you can a little higher. That's tough. And keep it at hip height. Bring it back in. Okay, so we're going to inhale out to the side. Exhale, come back in. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time, out to the side and hold it, okay? We're squeezing our bum, we're pointing our toe down, our shoulders are back and down, and then we're gonna take it to our first balance. Lift up the fingers on the back hand, walk it out off your mat on the diagonal. And then if you're strong, go ahead and lift up that hand. Hold, pull the belly in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's bring the big toes to touch, knees outside the hips, and relax that front shoulder. Already we're starting to get the pressure building up in that one side. We're going to even it out on the other side, getting ourselves nice and warm for our flows today. Remember to release your wrists anytime you need to. Then when you're ready, coming back onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, shoulders back and down, tuck the toes, pull the belly in. We're ready to send the back foot out. So you're on the other foot now. Again, we're trying to get level with our hip. If we need to stay a little lower, that's not a problem. But anytime we go up high, we start to arch into that back. So we want to make sure we pull the belly in and keep the foot down at the hip height. Shoulders back and down, we start our flow. Let's go ahead out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Go ahead and exhale. Inhale, come back. Root down through those fingers. Exhale, go as far as you can get that leg away from your body, and then slide it back in. One more time, you should feel the core locking on. You should be squeezing your butt, holding that foot out. Point the toes down, energy through the heel. Start to lift the fingers off from the front, slide them out to the side and off your mat, and then hold it up for 4, 3, 2, and release. Nice work. Let's sit ourselves back. Big toes touch, knees outside the hips, into your child pose. Take a little breather. Just notice how our body feels. If we want to bring our hips to the front a little bit, send the hip out to the front, over top of the side of the mat, and then switch the hip over top the side of the back of your mat. And then come back in through center. All right, hands underneath the shoulders. Toes are tucked. Come into our first downward facing dog. Okay, so side view on me today. So you get to see that where I am, I'm softening my knees. I'm gonna walk my hands up a little bit more. I'm letting the head hang. So just give it a shake unless you're taking a quick peek. With the knees soft, you can press your hips right back so that your thighs are touching your rib cage. And just hold it out here, nice little breath, rooting down through all the fingertips. Then we're going to start to lengthen out through the legs, starting to push our heels to the bottom of our mat. It does not matter if they touch. Mine are not touching right now, but maybe later on in the class, I'll start to get some of that lengthening happening. Let's walk the dog by bringing that front knee to bend, the back one pushes back, and then swap it on out. Getting into our calves now. We're almost fully warm and ready for some flows. Couple more. Let's press both heels back. And then we're going to take that front foot high up into the sky. So go ahead and give me your first 3-legged dog. The heel can come down towards the mat. Mine is starting to touch, but it does not ever need to. The head is hanging, and we're definitely pulling that knee in towards our chest one time. So exhale and hold. Push it all the way back up to your 3-legged dog. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, pull in and hold. Bring it all the way back up. This time we're going to step through our hands. So go ahead, pull the knee into the chest, step through the hands, place the foot down, drop your back heel, and let's come on up. Inhale up. Good, so knee right over the ankle, hands up, tuck the pelvis, look straight ahead, and we're going to dive on in. So take those hands behind us, lean forward. We did this in the warm-up. And then we're going to come into our back bend. Exhale, dive forward. Bring those hands all the way up. Last time, dive forward. Bring it all the way up. Go ahead and bring the hands to heart center. Shoulders back and down. Twist towards the front. So you're going to bring your back elbow in line with your front elbow, front knee. Then, if you can, see if you can tip and find that elbow on your thigh. And let's go ahead and open this up. Big stretch. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Step back. And our first shot at a chaturanga today. Inhale to come forward. Drop to the knees on the first one. I always recommend it. Exhale, lower down as the elbows brush the ribs. We look down, feet flat on the floor. Inhale to baby cobra, elbows in, tuck the chin. And then we're going to exhale back into child's pose. Okay. Let's do that a couple of times. You know, I like to warm up before we go into any quick flows. So tucking the toes. You may come to the knees, or if you'd like to stay on the toes for this chaturanga, inhale to come forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, push back. One more time. Actually, let's do 2 more times. For those who are advanced, and again, you're at home, you choose what works for you, but I'm going to show you the harder version of this. Some of you may do it, some of you may not, but we're going to lift up our front leg. Okay, then you're going to come into your chaturanga. So you're going to come into a plank, hold it here. You're going to lower down with that foot in the air, come down onto your mat, drop it down, baby cobra, full or up dog. Tuck the toes, push back down dog or right into a child's pose to down dog. If you want to give it a shot on the other side, let's try it. Again, you can just do regular chaturangas and from the knee, lifting up that back leg, lengthening out through the hamstring. You come forward. You can either drop to your knee here or just hold the plank. Then you lower yourself down using your tricep muscles. Place the foot on the floor, baby full or up dog where the knees are right off, and then push back. All right, let's get to the other side and get off these hands, yes? All right, so back leg all the way up in the air. 2 times for the belly crunches. Skip them if you need to, or drop down to the knee. Exhale, pull through. Inhale, push back. 1 more time. Exhale, knee into the chest. Go ahead and pull it all the way back. You're looking between your hands, pull the knee into the chest as you exhale. Step, walk, guide it, place it down. And then once we've done that, front knee drops and we lift up. All right, I don't know how you're feeling, my friends, but it's getting hot in here. So we're just gonna take it, make sure our knee is stacked over our ankle, hands above, tuck the pelvis, go ahead and dive forward, reach behind. Inhale, lift up, back bend. 2 more times, exhale, float through, press through that front foot. Inhale, rise it on up. Last one, dive through. Inhale, up. Hands to heart center. Shoulders up, back, and down. Go ahead and twist away from the front. See if you can get that elbow to touch the thigh. Once you're supported on that one, knee is still stacked over ankle. Open up your hands and make this twist nice and big. If you want a challenge, look up at that top hand. Challenges the balance when we start to change our gaze. Bring those hands back together. Place them down on your mat. Take a step back. And let's just do 1 chaturanga, walk the dog, or rest. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, lower down. Big inhale to rise. Exhale, push back. Walk the feet to the center of the mat and have a seat. Grab some water. How are we doing, everyone? We good? All right, so from here, we're going to get off these hands for a little bit. We're just going to sit on our mats. Once we've sat down on our mat, I want you to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. From here, we are just going to allow ourselves a couple of rolls. I'm going to change to the front so you can see me. Shoulders back and down. We're going to allow our shoulder to cross, scoop down through the center, and then come up. So cross over, come down through the center, and up. Do it the other way. Exhale, come down through the center, all the way and up. Down through the center, all the way and up. All right, so now that we've released these shoulders a little bit, your feet are hip distance apart. Your fingertips are pointed to your bum or slightly out. Okay. We roll our shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to lift up one of our legs to, it's parallel to the ceiling. The shin on this side is going to be parallel to the ceiling, and we lift our chest up. Right? We're going to take those knees over to the front. Just let them drop over. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the back. Keep the chest lifted. Come through the center. Now what you're going to do is open up the knees so that they're wide. Your big toes are touching. Your knees are out. And then you're going to lift up your front hand. Reach it up to the top. Then place it back down. Reach to the other side, holding your core, pressing the toes together. Come back down. Bring the knees together. to the front, all the way up, to the back, to the center, open up, right hand, lift up, bring it down, left hand, lift up, bring it down, knees together, one more time, to the front, all the way to the back, bring it to the center, open up, right hand goes up, left hand goes up, and for those who know me, we're going to try and keep our feet as high as we can, the knees out to the side, lifting our chest up, and we're going to lift those hands out to the side, and if we've got it, we're going to lift them up, oh my goodness, for 4, 3, lift the chest, 2, and let it go. Inner thighs probably picked up a lot there, definitely your core, and you actually have to lift up that chest and get the lower back working. Let's take it all the way down to the mat. So scoot yourself up to the front of your mat, hold on to those knees. If you're a rock and roller like me, rock and roll. When you rock and roll, see if you can place your feet firmly on the mat. When you come down, almost like you want to pop up. There's many yoga practices that allow us to do that. I don't think we've practiced it in any of the classes that we've done. But if you're in the comfort of your home and you want to give it a shot, I haven't done this for a while. Notice my feet are flat here. We're going to come in, roll, roll, and then roll it up. Oh, did you get it? Did you get there? Use your hands to swing. Again, if this is not for you, a nice little roll or a break on your mat. Let's try it one more time. Hold on to the knees to start the rock. Roll, feet flat on the floor. Roll, feet flat on the floor. Roll, start with the hands. Roll, hands, roll. All right. Wherever we are, we're going to make sure that we are nicely in the center of our mat. We're going to come onto our backs, and we're just going to relax for a second. Once we're here, just place your hands down at your side. Walk your heels close to your bum, and go ahead and give me a bridge. Lift it on up. Slowly exhale to come down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, come down. One more time, lift up. You're in a nice solid bridge. Your chin is tucked. We have the ability now to press into that back foot, lift the front leg so that the knee is stacked. We're going to take this one and we're going to extend it out, root down through the stationary leg, bring it back in and place it down, hips down. Exhale, inhale the other leg out, inhale, exhale down, inhale front leg, exhale out, inhale, exhale. Last time, mind your jaw. Make sure we're not putting any effort into our neck. Pull it in and come back down. All right, little shake, shake to the side. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. I'm trying to get a lot in a short period of time, so just take what you need and let go of anything that you don't, all right? So we've got our heels close to our bum. We've got our hands down at our sides. We're lifting up into our bridge. We're going to take that front leg and stack it. We can extend it out. We can drop it down, bring it back up, put it down. Other side, this is an add-on, knee up. Push it out. Toe points down, lift it up, pull it back. Now, keep those hips nice and high, and if you can, go ahead and place your hands underneath your back, okay? So, Once we've got some support there, we're going to try the same thing. So your hands are just lightly on your back, elbows are bent. If it doesn't work for you, hands down again. But I want to see us keep our hips nice and high because they're going to want to drop. And once you've got your elbows under there, we're going to lift up that front leg. We're going to extend it out. We're going to draw it down to the floor. Maybe the heel touches, maybe it doesn't. Bring it all the way back up. And then bring it down to the floor. One more time. Knee. Extend. Exhale. Inhale. Pull it in. Place it back down. Remove the hands if they're there. Slowly roll down. Bring one knee into your chest, followed by the other. And then give yourself a nice big hold. Just do some little circles here. Now that work for the back is so amazing, especially if we're seated and forward folding all the time. So anytime we get into a back bend, it starts to release some of the muscles that tightened up, and it gives us a little bit more space in between the vertebrae of our back. As we get older, over time, gravity tends to take its toll, and we start to lose some of the spaces between our vertebrae. So that way, when we open up and use the muscles that support the spine, it allows us to then get access to a little bit more space, a little bit more muscles along the spine that'll help stabilize everything. All right, if you're game to try it again, we're gonna go with the rock and roll. So stay down, I'm just checking there's a message that came up here. We don't have a 40-minute time limit. They just announced that because of COVID, we don't have a 40-minute time limit. So that's all right. We're good. We're on our backs. We're going to bring our knees up. We have our hands out to the side. We're going to lift those feet up. And we're going to do a scissor drop instead. Okay, so we're going to take our front foot and just bring it down a bit. Bend the knee if you need to. Bring it down and come back up. Okay. Again, with the back leg, bend the knee, tap it down, come back up. Get a lot of core work today, so lower the feet down if you can. Bring it back up. I'm going to take you to a rocking horse. Slowly lower down. Bring it back up. Now again, bend those knees if you're finding your back is lifting. Down and up. One more time. And then we're going to add in fingertips, reach to the sky. As you lower your front leg, you lift up. Then you rock back, and then you do the other leg. Exhale. And back up. This is called the rocking horse. So let's exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The lower abs are controlled by lowering your legs. And the upper abs are controlled when you contract to look down at your feet. Exhale again. Inhale. One more time each side. Exhale, reach. Lift up. Exhale, reach. Lift up. Are you ready to do it with me? Let's do it. Drop both feet. Lift up. And guess what you're in? You're in, your boat goes for 4, 3, 2, and release. Whew. All right. We are going to make our way back up to our flow patterns, getting into our warriors again. So if you want to cross at the feet and rock and roll and come to seated, go ahead. If you want to try to come to the standing posture, feel free to do it with me. So whether you're rocking and rolling and coming to seated, or whether you're going to try and get those feet flat on the floor, a couple of rolls, then get the arms into it, rock the arms, try and land it, yeah. Did we get it? Everyone, let's go ahead and make our way to all fours again, okay? You can practice that one. The rocking and rolling gives you the back massage, the core has to work, and then you're using your leg muscles the very last second to pop yourself up into standing. Very complicated move. You see it in a lot of dance moves. You see them popping up off the floor. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, fingertips underneath, your wrists underneath your shoulders, and your fingertips pressed into the mat. toes tucked, knees under hips, downward facing dog. This is a pretty tough workout that we're doing this morning. So take your break, grab some water, walk your dog if you need to. We're gonna do 2 chaturangas, okay? And we're gonna have the option to keep one foot in the air. If you don't wanna do both, just do one. If you don't wanna put the feet in the air, don't bother with the feet in the air. So let's give it a shot. Front foot high into the sky, coming to our knees or lengthening out into our plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, rise up, both feet are on the floor. Exhale, push back. Chaturanga number 2, other leg comes up if we want it. Exhale to come forward. And lower down. Lift yourself up. Push it back. Right foot high up into the sky. We're on the first one, the front leg. Pull the knee into the chest, look between the hands. Step, walk, guide it. Place it down. Drop your back heel. Warrior 1. Good. Now that we've got our warrior 1, hips are squared. Let's go ahead and do our dive. Dive down. Inhale, reverse. Dive down. Exhaling as you come. All the way up. One more time, we dive down. Inhale up. Bring the hands to heart center. Elbow crosses over to that thigh. See if we can find it. If we have, we can open up the hands. We did this kneeling, so go ahead and drop to the knee if you need to. Good. Elbow stays on your thigh. That back heel, turn it. We're going to step to the front of our mat, and we'll be in a twisted chair. We should be good. Let's go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. One more time, all the way up. Exhale down. All the way up. Soften the knees. Give me a swan dive down. We're going to take a step back with the right foot, then the other foot. We're going to go right into the flow on the other side. We're going to take the back leg all the way up. Let the head hang, press into the fingertips. Exhale, pull the knee into the chest, look between the hands, step, walk, guide it down. Drop the back heel. Warrior 1, come on up. Exhale, humble your warrior. Hands come behind, maybe they clasp, maybe they don't. Inhale, rise up to reverse warrior. Exhale, come down. Inhale, rise it on up. Let's scoop it down one more time. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Hands to heart center. Shoulders back and down. Sink on into that front leg. Elbow crosses to the thigh. We can step that back foot up anytime. We can drop to the knee. Open up and make your twist bigger. The challenge, look up to the sky. Bring those hands back together, palms together. We're firmly on our thigh with our elbow, lifting that back heel. Step it up, twisted chair. Let's go ahead, inhale all the way up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale, rise it on up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center. Stay where you are or come to the front of your mat so long as you can see it. Feet are hip distance apart, shoulders back and down, thumbs right against my chest. Soften your knee and choose one leg. We're going to do the other one, so don't worry which leg you're on. Choose your dominant leg. That's probably the best one. So I'm going to be lifting up one of my knees to 90 degrees. My knee is still soft. You can see I can bounce. I'm crossing it over top. Anytime you need to, toe down. Once we've got either here or here, we're sinking on in to that chair, okay? If we've got that chair, I need to tap down. Make any adjustments you have. Balance on this leg is a little tough for me. And then we're gonna take the elbow that is away from your foot. So this elbow is gonna cross over as we bend and see if we can find that foot. Just try it. Again, tapping down. If we are with the foot on the floor, we're just twisting to the best of our ability, using your core, softening your knees, and holding here. Let's release it out. Shake it out. Oof. Tough. You're using a side bend while the stabilizers are working, okay? So this is why this move is so challenging. Soften the knees, shoulders back and down, and right away, as soon as you start to lift up one of your knees, stabilizers have to kick in. Back, hip, and sides of the butt, glute min mostly, okay? When we've got that, we can cross over, touch, or above our knee. Be safe so that you're not putting pressure on the kneecap. It's either above or below the knee. Once we've got that, the bounce is still in my stationary leg, sink on down. Once we've sank into our chair and we found our balance, woo, I caught it. Then the opposite elbow, the one that's in front of your bent knee. That's the one that's going to swing on over, cross, and maybe it only comes here today. Maybe we can sink a little bit deeper, holding those abdominal muscles, those stabilizers, the twist, putting our elbow on our foot for 4, 3, 2, and release it. Whew. All right, how are we doing? So that's pretty good. This is the class I intended, which was 45 minutes, but we have a little bit longer. Don't worry, won't go crazy, but we will add in one more flow. Okay, so remember, you're at home. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do so. Not worried about it. I am recording this one, so if you did want to try some of these moves again, I'm going to send out the link for this video. Okay, so why don't we come back to the tops of our mats. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. I'm going to give you a different setup that we've been doing. We've been playing with our chaturangas. So I'll play with you a little bit more on this one. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come down. Inhale up, soften the knees, take a dive down. Take a step back with one foot, take a step back with the other one. We'll do 2 chaturangas here. Don't worry, you don't need to do them, but if you want to, that leg is high in the air. Instead of having the toe pointed, go ahead and give me it at a bend so that you're pointing your toe down. You're going to come in for a chaturanga. You can drop to the knees. You cannot have that foot in the air. You're going to lower down. You're going to put the foot down, flip the toes all the way up, push back. One more time on the other side. So instead of toes pointed, toes point down. We're going to pull ourselves forward. The option is right here. Drop to the knees and lower down. Both feet touch flat on the floor, lift up. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. We're going to take that front foot high into the sky. Pull the knee into the chest. Place that foot down. Now hands are down on your mat. Your back foot, instead of stepping up beside your foot, it's going to go behind it. All right, so check it out from here. So from the back view, I've stepped from here all the way and cross the feet. All right, so now we're in a cross. Doesn't matter where the feet are. We're just going to start to bend our knees and we're going to lift our hands up off the mat. We've got our feet crossed and the weight is in that front foot. Okay. Then we're going to lift all the way up using your core. Feet are still in a cross. And then you're going to lean to the front. All right. So towards your camera. Inhale all the way up to the other side. Bring yourself back through center. Feet are still crossed. Stay where you are. I'm just showing you from the front. Feet are still crossed. And we slowly bring ourselves down. You're going to feel hips, hamstrings, soften the knees. Come all the way down. Once you're back on your mat, go ahead and take a step all the way back, downward facing dog. Step back with the other foot. Just walk out the dog. I'm trying to get into your IT band and the muscles along the sides of your legs. So So let's try it on the other side. Lifting up the back foot. Okay. I'm going to show it to you from the behind. So back foot lifted up. Okay. You're going to bring it around and place it down so that your foot is firmly on the ground. Soften your knees and walk yourself up. Once you've got feet on the floor, lift up to standing. Bend to one side, sending the hip out, pressing down through both feet, all the way up to the other side. Bring yourself up. Walk yourself all the way down. Lean forward, long, strong back, softening the knees, seeing if we can get to the floor. Feel like all the lengthening here along the sides of the hamstring, possibly the IT if it's tight. And then we're going to step back into our long down, downward facing dog. All right. Let's do one more flow and then we'll take it to the break. All right. Inhale, that front foot all the way up. Pull the knee into the chest, step, walk, guide it through. Drop your back heel. Warrior one. Exhale, swing it through, humble your warrior. Inhale up. Back bend. One more time, swing it through. Bring the hands all the way up. Elbows to heart center. Lift the back heel, cross it on over. We've been here before. If you're good to go, you're going to lift yourself up into your chair. Once you've gotten that back foot lifted to the front of your mat, open it up, reach, look to the sky. From here, hands are staying exactly as they are. You're going to lift that front heel. Okay? Front heel is lifted. You're going to turn this all the way into a standing posture. So lift up the hands, lift up the feet, and hold your twist. Woo! That is tough. I almost lost it there. So we're in a twist with our hand in front, knee bent. Then we're going to dive it into warrior three. Separate the hands and lean all the way to the top of your mat. Lots of challenge today. Once we've accomplished this one, let's go ahead, come back to standing and shake it out. We're gonna do this on the other side, and then we're gonna take it to nice stretching. All right, so top of the mat, shoulders up, back and down. Inhale all the way up, soften the knees, swan dive down. Take a step back with one foot, take a step back with the other. Let's do a chaturanga should we want one, any version of it. Inhale to come forward, exhale, lower down, inhale, rise, exhale, push back, downward facing dog. All right, last time, bring that back foot all the way up. Exhale, bring it to the chest and then step, walk, guide that foot down. Drop the back heel, warrior one. Humble your warrior, exhale, dive down. Hands may or may not clasp, that's always your choice. Inhale, rise it on up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Lifting that back heel, hands together to heart center. Sink on in, elbow finds the thigh. Open those hands all the way up. Bring them back in. Take a step up to the top of the mat. You're in your twisted chair. If you are good, open up those hands in your twisted chair now. We're going to come to standing, lifting the back heel up. Weight fully in that front foot. And then we're going to lift our core up, lifting the knee up and coming into a twist, but standing. The hand crosses over that knee. Then we're going to release it to a warrior three. Tip forward, dive down, find that balance, reach and hold for 4, 3, 2, and let it go. Okay, so typical positions that we normally do, alone, chair, stepping back, warrior three, we just put them all together into a solid flow. So roll the shoulders back and down, soften the knees, inhale all the way up. And exhale, lower back down. One more time, inhale, rise it on up. Before we take it to the floor, let's soften the knees, take our hands behind our backs, pull the elbows towards one another, placing your hands on your lower back, and look up to the sky. Tuck your chin, roll yourself down, inhale the hands all the way up, and swan dive to the mat. Step back one foot, step back the other. And this is the last chaturanga of the class today. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, push back. Walk the feet to the center of your mat, crossing, and have a seat. Whew. Some challenges today. Hope you had some fun. Sometimes it's a little difficult to see the movements when we're in a 2-dimensional instead of 3-dimensional class. We're going to lengthen out through the back today. So we're just going to walk those feet out. Once the feet are out, you can keep a soft knee bend. Hands can come at the side of the mat, lifting your butt forward, holding here. Okay. Once we've got this positioning and the shoulders are back and down, we have our hands out in front of us. Okay. We can use a block if we have one. If we don't have one, we're just going to walk our fingers down. Your shoulders stay back. We're not rolling down. We're actually lifting and leading with your chest. So walk it down and just feel the hamstrings open up. Now to lengthen, to do any serious lengthening of muscles to get more flexibility, you have to hold your poses between 2 to 3 to 5 minutes generally. And that will give you lengthening. Right now, we're just bringing that back into the body, anything that we've tightened up. Okay, so this way, your shoulders are back, you're letting your chest lead, and you're almost wanting to look directly in front of you. We're going to walk ourselves slowly back up. We're going to turn to the knee, roll the shoulders back, and then walk the hands down on either side of that knee. We can go a little bit further as long as your butt cheek stays down on the opposite side. Walk it down. Again, leading with the chest so my spine is long, and I'm almost trying to get my rib cage to touch my thigh. Just want you to breathe it out here. You might feel it in the lower part of the back here on the quadriceps lumboris. You might be feeling it a lot on the hamstring. Some of us might be feeling it in the twist. If it's too intense, just remove the twist. If you are good to go, add in a little bit more of a twist. We can take our front hand and place it on the inside of our thigh, okay, or on our calf. If you're up higher, you're on your thigh. If you're down lower, you're on your calf. If you really got a lot of flexibility, you can point the toe and grab the outside of your foot. But even this is a little bit too much for me today. So I'm going to go on the outside of my calf. And once we've got that, the back hand may want to extend out, or we can take it into a deeper twist by lifting the hand up and looking at it behind us. You're using your hand on your thigh here or on your calf to press against, to turn yourself to look at that back hand. Couple of breaths for 4, 3, 2, make sure the shoulder is away from the ear. 1, place the hand down, untwist, walk yourself back through the center, sit up nice and tall, and then turn to the other side, okay? When we add in the twist to behind, you're also getting probably a little bit of your shoulder. So let's open up and just start this one here, walk down. I'm about where my knee is with both hands, my shoulders are back and down, and I'm trying to get my rib to touch my thigh. It's not gonna happen, but that's where I wanna be, chest up, not rounded. Okay, this won't do anything for the shoulders. If you've got the straight back and you're leaning forward, that's going to start to help with the posture and the upper back. If we want a little bit more, we can walk our hands down, but my butt cheek on the other side starts to lift. So I'm not going to go too far on the side because my adductor, my inside one, is starting to tell me that it's at its limit and my compensation is from my bum. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just rolling my shoulders back and enjoying feeling the stretch. Again, if we want a little bit more, we take our front hand, cross it behind either the calf or for up a little bit higher, our thigh. And then we press into that hand. That allows a little bit more of a twist. You also have that option of reaching for the bottom of the foot if that's your flexibility. Not mine today on this side. We can walk that back hand out. If we're good, we can turn and look. And if we want to lift that back hand up, go ahead and lift it up, pressing firmly in, reaching behind. Couple of breaths here. Placing that hand down, walking ourselves back on either side of the foot. And then we're going to slowly walk ourselves up. We're going to bring ourselves through center. If those heels are uncomfortable being where they are, slide them in a little bit. If you're good where you are, fingertips behind, you can choose two options. Stay on the heel if you're on your mat, or you can place your feet down by bending the knees, okay? So either way, we're just going to reverse this tabletop. We're going to lift up our chest. We're going to peel our bums off, and we're going to lift up. If you have a little bit more, the toes might want to touch the floor if you're on your heel. If that's too much, we just bend the knees and we come up into a wide open one, okay? Slowly lower yourself back down. If we've had our feet extended, let's go ahead, sit ourselves up, bringing one foot in, followed by the other. We're sitting here in our feet together. We're holding onto our ankles, onto the bottom of our feet. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, and pull the heels towards you. Okay. Once we've got that, we send our chest between our elbows. This is where we dive down with our chest. We're holding on to our feet. We put our chest between our elbows, and then we're able to dive forward. Okay, so again, opening up the hips big, squeezing your shoulder blades between towards the spine and the elbows wrapping right against your ribs. We're going to release this by diving forward, bringing your nose in towards your belly button. We're doing a couple of cat cows this way. So again, elbows, bring them right in at your side, tuck your chest right through your elbows, and then lean forward, hold on in. Adductors are going to be talking to you. Hips are going to be talking to you, and you're getting a little back bend. Exhale, chin to chest, roll those shoulders forward. Push your feet into your hands or down on your ankles. We'll speed this up just a little bit. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pull back. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale, pull forward. This is manipulating your back in a seated position, something that we just don't do. The press forward is the important one. And then pulling back just releases the tensions. One more time, pull it forward. And then let it go. Let's go ahead and take one of our feet over to the side. Now I'm on the side of the mat. You can come here. Okay. 90-90 with the leg or lean forward. And then you're able to lift up, tuck the toe, and bring the knee down. Any way you want to get into this posture is fine. I just find that if I'm here, you can press your hands onto the mat. Shoulders stay back and down. You press into the side of the foot, lift it up onto the toes, and then your knee is protected, okay? Once you're here, I want you to find the shoulders back and the knee bent. Now again, you might need to roll up the mat if your knee, I've got of course my 2 mats, so if you need to put something extra under that knee, go ahead and do it now, okay? So if we want, we can be down and we can just be having our foot off the floor a little bit onto the side. This is going to be the quad stretch. So we've tucked, we've got our shoulders back and down. It's so important. I keep reminding people, shoulders down. The hand that is opposite, the one that's right in front of the knee, you're going to hold it there and you're going to take the one in front and reach behind you for your foot. If you found it, pull that heel into your bum and then lift up. You're going to be feeling the stretch along the front of your leg. If you want more and you've got good balance, you can lift off that front leg or front hand. You can reach it behind you and you can pull even deeper the heel to your bum, opening up the chest. Again, another big chest opener. For 4, 3, 2, place one hand down, the other hand down, tucking the toe, lift up the knee, send it back, and come into the other side, okay? So you can be out and just holding it up a little bit and pulling to the bum. Or if you want to go into full pigeon, go ahead and kick back, place your bum down, hands in front of you, shoulders away from the ears, bend the knee, okay? Once we have the knee bent, the same hand as the knee that's bent, reach behind and pull that heel into the bum. This leg is a little tighter for me. This hand doesn't have to come off. If you find you're a little bit wobbly, don't worry about it. You have to use a little bit of your core to balance yourself if you do lift that hand off. So decide today whether you need that or you just want the stretch. If you're good to go, let's see if we can lift that hand out in the front. Or maybe we can bring it around and hold on to the foot, bringing it even closer to the bum, lifting up through the chest, opening up the shoulders to the back for 4, 3, 2, 1 hand comes down, letting go, the other hand comes down, tuck your toe. Let's push ourselves back into our last posture, child's pose. Send your butt all the way back. We did this once in the beginning. So let's send our hip all the way over to the front of the side of the mat. Do the same thing on the other side. Send it over. Bring yourself back to the center of your mat. Let's slowly make our way onto our backs for our final posture of Shavasana. So feet hip distance apart, grab onto your knees, lower yourself down, maybe with a little rock. Nothing too spectacular, we're not popping up. And then all the way down. Let's go ahead and place those feet on the floor. We've done a couple of hip openers today, so we'll stay with that. Traditional Shavasana, you know that you can stay with the knees bent, feet out to the side, palms out, palms up or down, hands out to the side. If you want a little bit of a challenge today, we are going to bring our feet together instead, and then let the knees fall out. At first, this won't feel too bad, but after about 30 seconds, we're going to start to notice the hips opening up. Now, this is not Shavasana for you. Feel free to go back to knees bent or lengthen out the legs one at a time. But if you'd like to stay with me for a little bit more of the hip opening, just leave the knees out to the side, relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale slowly through the nose. If you do have your knees separated, when you take a deep breath in, you just allow the knees to settle, and then as you exhale, you let the knees fall further apart. So inhale, relax. Exhale, let the knees fall apart a little bit more. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, and we'll hold our silence for the next 60 seconds. Now, of course, you can stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. But if you would like to bring some awareness back into the body, and you are seated like I am or lying like I am, we're going to slide our hands underneath our thighs so that we can hold onto those legs. And then we're slowly going to press into the elbows that are on the floor so that we can help those legs back up. Oof. Huge stress on those hips just by letting gravity take hold of them. Walk the feet out to the side and hold here. Now, those of us who are in full Shavasana, you can slide one of your heels close to your bum, followed by the other. And then we are all together with bent knees. Let's pull one of our knees up into our chest. Rotate the ankle in one direction. Rotate it in the other direction. Let's go ahead and cross the ankle over the thigh. If we're comfortable threading through to the figure 4, holding on to underneath your thigh or above your knee. Then we just do a little rock side to side to give some awareness back to our spine. Then we're gonna unwind those hands, release the foot down. Let's cross over the other side. So ankle, or sorry, before that, we're gonna pull our knee into our chest. Want to give that ankle a little roll out. So knee into the chest and roll out the ankle. Want to make sure we're kind of even on both sides. That's the ultimate goal, but because we're dominated on one side of our body, usually that tends not to be the case. You're going to cross that ankle over thigh. When you're ready, thread it through, either a little pull in from the thigh or over onto the shin, relaxing the shoulders, a little rock, rock. Again, if any of these particularly feel good, stay with it. Then once we've done that a few times, we're going to release it out, bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to take our hands out. We can either go to the front or the back. Just let those knees drop to one side, roll over all the way onto the side, placing one hand in front of the belly button. Couple of breaths here in side lying posture. Then to come back to seated. When we're ready, pressing into the hand in front of the belly button, walk yourself up. Sitting yourself on the mat again. Taking a nice big inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Last time, all the way up. Exhale, come down. Thank you, everyone, for practicing today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I don't know how the sound quality was. I hope it was okay for everybody.
Yeah,
That was great. Thank you, Mary.
Okay.
Thank you very
How
much.
did everyone find the movements today? Were they a little too tough? Were they okay? Was everyone following?
It was good.
It was
light.
okay, it's good.
Okay. So if you have any requests, let me know. We're going to be in lockdown for a little while longer. Do we like this? Are we okay with this one? All right.
Yes.
And I'm going to post this one back onto the YouTube channel. So if there's anything you want to look at and go over again, feel free to do that. And other than that, hopefully I'll post a next class as well, because I'm doing them on my own and I just record them. And if they turn out the recording is fine, then I will post them and you'll have an extra class to do whenever. So next time I will dedicate it to something else. We'll do something. I did a little bit more core in this one. Does anyone want to see anything special?
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So I'll send out a new link again for next week. And hopefully I'll see you. If you can't, don't worry. It will be online later on. Okay. So have a wonderful week, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.